Hi everyone, this is Amara Rashid, online math class. Today we continue with chain rule, lesson 5. In lesson 4, we started chain rule. So you can see here the third problem and the fourth. Okay, so chain rule continue. So we want to differentiate with respect to x using chain rule. If you visit lesson 4, then there I analyze everything. What type of problems we apply chain rule and for which we don't apply chain rule. All right, so here I don't want us to waste time again, waste any time. So what do we do here? First of all, when we have square root of any value, it implies that value raised to the power half. So the same thing goes, y equal to 3x minus 1 to the power of half. Okay, so the next thing we do, we consider what we have in the bracket. So which is 3x minus 1. So we say let u equal to 3x minus 1. So if u equal to 3x minus 1, what does that mean? This implies if we differentiate u with respect to x, if we differentiate u with respect to x, so we say du dx. So if we differentiate 3x, what do we get? We get 3. You differentiate 10x is 10. Minus 30x is minus 30. If we differentiate minus 1, what do we get? 0. So we don't need to write it. We start by saying let u equal to what is in the bracket. This is what we have. Okay. So from there, this is now u against x. So du dx, if we differentiate this, we'll get 3. Now, again, y is equal to, we actually have y equal to 3x minus 1 to the power of half. But we have decided already that 3x minus 1, let it be u. So what do we write instead? Y equal to u to the power of half. Why is it u? Because 3x minus 1, you and I have decided for it to be what? U. Okay. So it is now y against u. So we say dy over dx. Now, how do we differentiate this one? The power multiplies the coefficients. Half times 1 is half. We always write the base. Then the power minus 1. So half minus 1. So this can further be simplified as half u to half minus 1 is minus half. Okay, so dy dx, dy du, because y against u. Now dy du, instead of this, it is now this. Okay, so now the formula says dy dx, now differentiating entirely, is equal to dy over du multiplied by du over dx. So this is now equal to, what is dy du? Dy du is this one, half u to the power minus half, multiplied by, what is du dx? Du dx is 3. Okay, so half times 3 is 3 over 2. Half times 3, we give this 1. 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 1 is 1. So half times 3 is 3 over 2. Then u to the power minus half. So now we are here. We say 3 over 2, this is the space for u, then minus half. So what is u originally? U is 3x minus 1. 3x minus 1. So this is the result. Calculus, especially differentiation and integration, you need the wealth of experience of indices. If the question doesn't say anything like leaving your answer in surd form or in radical form or in root form or leaving your answer in exponential form, in powers of positive power or whatsoever condition, just that you are to differentiate, you leave it this way, it is correct. But in a case wherein the question says differentiate leaving positive powers of x, we don't need the negative. So let this one comes down. So what do we say? We say 3 over 2 multiply by, because we want to bring this one down, so we say 1 over 3x minus 1 to the power of half. No longer minus, because the reason we've brought it down. So 3 times 1 is 3. This is 2. 3x minus 1 to the half. This one is correct. This one is correct. This one is correct. But if the question says leaving positive powers of x, this one is not correct. It's not needed. But it doesn't mean that if you stop here unknowingly or mistakenly, the teacher is supposed to give you 0. No, it's not possible. So if here is the final step for the solution, then you go to this point, you stop here, whether you know or what, you don't know. So the teacher is supposed to give you a mark almost closer to the full mark. Okay. Now, what if the teacher says the answer is supposed to be, since you are given what the problem in radical form, in root form, you're supposed to leave it again the same form. Then you can say 3 over 2. Any value raised to power half is square root of that value, 3x minus 1. So this is what we have. So sometimes, if you are given a question like this, some teachers, even if they don't give a condition, they want you to get to this point. So it is advisable you get to the point. But you stop here, it is correct. You stop here, it is correct, and as well as here. So let's see the fourth problem. Y equal to 1 divided by the root of 1 minus 4x. Okay. Now, what do we do? Here, what did you say? We converted this one to this. It is also correct to say let u equal to what is in root. All of them are just the same. So now what do? We say y is equal to 1 over 1 minus 4x to the power of half. When a value is in the root, we take that value raised to the power half. Okay. So now what else do? We move this to the top. 1 minus 4x to the power minus 1. Moving it to the top, the sign of the power has to change. What if we have 3 here, where that 3 will appear here? But because it is 1, then we can just ignore it. Okay. So what is next? Now we say let u equal to what is in the bracket, which is 1 minus 4x. So if u is equal to 1 minus 4x, differentiating u against x will say du over dx. Differentiating 1 is 0. It's not necessary to be written. Differentiating minus 4x is minus 4. So again, now we say y is equal to this bracket, which comprises 1 minus 4x, is now u. So we don't need to write this again. We write u instead. So the whole of this one is u. Then minus half. So now we have y against u. So we say dy du. How do we differentiate here? The power multiplies the coefficient, which is 1. So minus half times 1 is minus half. Then we have u. Then what is next? The power minus 1. the power which is minus half minus 1. So this is now equal to minus half u to the power minus half minus 1 is minus 1.5, which is minus 3 over 2. You know 1.5 is 3 over 2. So what is next? We say minus half. This u, we reserve this one for u. So minus 3 over 2. So minus half. What is u equal to? U is 1 minus 4x. U is 1 minus 4x. Okay. So this step here, you leave it like that, it is correct. It depends what the teacher used to tell you. This step here, it is correct. Nothing is wrong. Okay. But if we need positive powers of x, we say, sorry, positive power, we say minus half multiply by this one, we say 1 over. It comes down 1 minus 4x, no longer minus. We don't write minus anymore. So that's what we have. So now we say minus 1 times 1 is minus 1. So 2 times this one is 2 with the bracket, 1 minus 4x raised to 3 over 2. This is also correct. But if actually we want to leave it in a root form, so we say minus 1 over 2. Then what do we say? But in this case, trying to leave this one in a root form will take us more steps again. Yeah. But if actually you want to see it, no problem. Yeah, we can move to that so that we can see. Do not forget, if you want to copy, pause the video, then you can take the note down. So let's see how we take that one to the roots. Okay. Now I want it to be in the root. First of all, let us do something here. Let's say a raised to power half. A raised to the power half means what? The root of a, because the power here is 1. Okay. So, but if we have a raised to 3 over 2, first of all, this can be written as a raised to half multiplied by outside here 3, because half times 3 is 3 over 2. Or we can say a raised to power 3 multiplied by half. You write this, is okay. We'll practice this, then we'll know what we are going to write. A raised to half is this one. But because of 3 over 2, then we can say half times 3 is 3 over 2. 3 times half is 3 over 2. So whether you follow this root or if you want to follow this one. So if we are following this, a raised to half is root of a. And there is a power of 3. So from source, we can say root a, root a, root a. Root a times root a is a, then root a here. Okay. So if this is what you want to follow, what do we say? The half here means roots. Root of what? A to the power 3. So a to the power 3 is the same as a squared times a. And the square root of a squared, a, it goes out. So we are left with that one. So know that any value raised to 3 over 2, any value raised to 3 over 2 is equal to what? That value root of the same value. So in that case, we say minus 1 over 2. So the bracket raised to 3 over 2, what do we say? The bracket 1 minus 4x, the root of the same bracket 1 minus 4x. So this is actually what we have. You can see it here. Any value raised to power 3 over 2. Finally, in radicals is what? That value root of the same value. This one again, that value root of the same value. So this is all what we have. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to follow, like, and share. And you can comment what you think of the problems to solve. If you think you have anyone that have been troubling you, then you can send it for us so we can work it together. Thank you.